Okay, because it almost seemed kind of awkward that you couldn't hear me as soon as I hit record on my phone. But you can hear
Yeah.
me. You can hear me now, though.
I hear you now.
All right, and I got the volume turned up all the way. Okay, so we can just go ahead and kick this thing off. This is a federal podcast. This is the addendum to show 11. So this is 11.1. We're FaceTiming with my main man DJ Stibs here.
What's up?
Straight in Oak Cliff. We're just a few miles apart, but we got family. We can't just like meet up anytime we want. But thanks to the technology of the interweb, we can do this. So craziness happened today, right? We found out that Big Tex, the mascot, the emblem of the State Fair of Texas, basically died.
Yes.
So I saw it on Twitter. I think I saw Moses say "Rest in peace" to Big Tex or retweet something about that. And I was like, "What?" And so I had to search the internet where I was. I was eating lunch at a place with Wi-Fi and I had my laptop out. So I was able to search it, and it's like Big Tex is on fire. Holy crap! And I was like, where do I get pictures? I go Instagram. So I went to Instagram and I just hashtag Big Tex, and there's Big Tex like in all different stages of just burning.
Yeah, it was the 9/11 for Dallas. That's basically what it was. Now, if you look at the hashtags Big Tex, you'll see people putting "Never Forget," well, stuff like that. It's an emotional ride for these people right now, man.
Man,
Seeing their icon that they've known all their lives. He's older than he's older than us. It's a tradition people got used to seeing for the last 50 years or 60 years, and blowing people away emotionally.
yeah.
Like I was telling you earlier, on the news, there's people crying on the viewers' opinions and all that. When they call into the news, they're crying. They're showing the grassy area where he sits at his base, the ground zero now.
Is that the new grassy knoll, Dallas?
The new grassy knoll, yeah.
Dallas new grassy knoll.
There's reefs there. There's candles. There's the Catholic candles there. There's people paying their respects, literally paying respects. There's even some of my friends from that we know that we have friends on Instagram that are actually there. They took a picture of the area, just saying, "Just pay my respects, rest in peace."
Wow.
So I'm like, it's a big deal, dude.
Wow.
And so yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's and now watching the news and hearing more and more of these reporters talking, and they were talking about, how they already had plans of making Big Tex newer, bigger, better, faster, stronger. More animated,
We have the
younger
technology
looking,
to rebuild him.
hip, yeah, and I was telling you earlier, because of these emotional ties everyone has with him, it would be so hard for the state of Texas, to just replace him, like this yesterday we celebrated his 60th birthday yesterday, and there was like thousands of people there to celebrate, and then for us, and the state fair ends after this Sunday. So on Monday, when they take him down, and come around August, when he goes back up for his 61st birthday, and to replace him, brand new, however they wanted him, the new technology, Big Tex, it would throw people for a loop. I know it would discourage people. People have mixed feelings about seeing a new one because they got so used to seeing the old one. Also, doing some research, the old one was actually modeled after a bunch of some actors, also I'm trying to think of that guy's name, Will Rogers.
Oh, really?
And a couple of his face was modeled with 3 other people. And if you think about that, our generation, the people, or even the people after us, they don't even know who that is.
Yeah, there's a generation gap there.
Yeah, so to make a new Big Tex would be different. And so I think,
is he going to be Hispanic?
Yeah, no, I think this had to be done. the whole inside job hashtag inside job. Big Tex is an inside job.
Yeah,
because
because it's kind of odd and almost like coincidental that he just had his birthday. They were already talking about having a new one. So is he turning 60 or 50?
He just turned 60 yesterday.
60, okay. I saw people saying that he was 50. So I don't know.
It was 1952 when he went up.
Okay. So so that's 60.
Yeah.
The day after his 60th birthday, homeboy bites it.
Yes.
And but they were already talking about it, but maybe they didn't. Maybe to make it the way he wanted him to be, or they wanted him to be, would cost so much money. So if he died in a fire, maybe they get some insurance money to help offset the cost.
Yeah, and also to help out with the emotional cause of everyone who comes every year. We want a replacement. I got some audio too, about it, like wanting a replacement, and doing that this way would be the best way. But obviously, it wasn't an accident. It wasn't a freak accident. That's what really I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I guess in having him bite the dust like that adds some like emotional padding to bring in the new one, because he goes out and everyone has the same. No matter what you feel or whatnot about him, like you don't want a new. Okay, yeah, you didn't maybe want a new one, but now everyone is like emotionally cauterized on this one note together.
Yeah.
So he goes out with a bang, and then so now everyone we have to have a new Tex, Big Tex now.
We have to.
Yeah, because we just can't let that happen, And it is just like 9/11, we will rebuild strong, bigger, and stronger, and more animated.
Exactly.
Because wasn't the mayor like right on the news right afterwards, like saying something like that?
Yeah, here I got it queued up right here too.
All right.
I think this is the one talking about the new and bigger.
Okay.
Here, let me go back to this.
At the site with
Let me fast forward, right?
with Big Tex. Some good news to talk a little bit about Steve is that they expect Big Tex to be back next year, but he will be bigger, he will be better, he will be 21st century, possibly more animated. So that's what a lot of folks here are looking forward to. Back to you.
And that was what we're talking about. Like, automatically they already knew what they were going to do. Just off the top, that was that statement here.
They had the plans. They had the plans to rebuild them, just like they already had the plans to go into Afghanistan and Iraq right after 9/11. They were already written up.
Crazy. I have another clip. Let me do this. We push play on this thing.
Just one up the black smoke and fire.
Okay.
The folks at the fair yesterday, they helped Big Tex.
They talk about how it actually did it. So let me get it. Okay, look. This is the part I want to play. Okay, now picture this. Big Tex, a Texas icon, and it's gone so much where even the world, it's on TMZ just a while ago about Big Tex burning.
Really?
And the thing is, they let him burn for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. That just blows me away that something as big as a state fair, something that will have a massive amount of people, that they don't have anything standby, no plan B or plan A action for, in case there was a fire. If it wasn't Big Tex, what if it was like a carnival ride, or what if it was one of those tents that fries things? What about that?
Yeah.
But instead, they just let Big Tex fry, basically, like these people are saying on Instagram, for 45 minutes. It's crazy.
Wow.
So here.
Just one up the black smoke and fire. Bill Bragg is Big Tex's voice. He sits in a nearby trailer. They just cut the power to his mic when another worker suddenly burst through the door.
I watched a tradition come to an end.
Moment by moment, the surreal scene got worse. He burned for 45 minutes.
Up until just a few moments ago, for the first time in 11 years, I've been at a loss for words.
Disbelief. I mean, who would ever thought? Soon only his outstretched arms and hands were visible. People began praying, moving back.
Because you can start feeling the heat, and so everybody started backing up themselves just because of heat. And then you started seeing pieces of it falling off.
No one was hurt. At no point was I concerned that it might topple. I was more concerned with efforts. Dallas Mayor Mike Rawlings came to pay his last respects, so to speak, and keep it in perspective.
I guess we all get old, and that's what happens with old age.
By afternoon,
Well,
what was
you get
left of Big
cremated?
Tex was gently...
And that right there, he knew that there needed to be a change with Big Tex.
Yeah.
And when Mike Rollins said, things get old, and I'm like, yeah, he was part of that committee plan when it came to the budget approval for the new Big Tex. And he probably didn't want to approve it because it probably was going to cost too much out of the Texas budget. But if we can get an insurance claim on it, we can make it happen.
Didn't he used to be like high up in Pizza Hut or something?
Yeah.
I bet the new Big Tex is sponsored by Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Sorry, Dickies. Sorry, Dickies. he's gonna hold a pizza box on the other end.
Man.
But yeah, so it's just crazy just hearing these people talk and just the fashion it happened, and also the one where there was a lady who was saying that she wasn't really afraid of it toppling over. That was actually a representative of the State Fair actual organization, and she was the one who said,
right, because steel structures on fire don't collapse, correct?
Yeah, she knew, and she said, I was not concerned whatsoever of it toppling over and injuring anyone. She said that, which means she knew that let's just let this thing fry, let's let this thing burn.
Wow.
Because it's according to the plan.
Wow.
And no, yeah.
Wow. This
That's
is
crazy.
breaking, man. We're gonna blast this out on the internet, and we're gonna expose the story. We should try and get someone on the phone about this and like question like why they waited 45 minutes. Like I wonder who we'd have to call. We can talk about it later. Figure out who we have to call to figure out why they waited 45 minutes. They didn't do anything at all. They just let him burn. Like they didn't try and shoot anything. And then, is there any update on like how this fire might have started?
Yeah, there is. Here, I got that too.
Because I heard like one possible like early explanation might have been like the motor and the wiring, in his mouth.
In the mouth.
The something like that, like a short circuit.
There's an official statement out on that.
He will be back, just wait and see. They have unconfirmed reports, but a pretty good idea that what they think happened was...
Okay, here you go.
The fire started in an electrical box near Big Tex's boots, and then all of that black smoke funneled through the framework. He's basically made of a metal skeleton covered with fabric, and it funneled through the body out towards the neck, which is what so many people reported seeing the fire in the neck area of Big Tex. And I'm thinking that probably was a symptom of the fire, which is actually down by his boots. Yeah, really incredible video there.
So the fire started from a circuit box in his boot. That's what they're saying. And so, which is easier access to start a fire since it's right there at lower level instead of the actual where people were saying that they saw it coming from the mouth.
Yeah, because
thought it was a short. Yeah, they thought it was a short circuit from the mouth. But if you wanted to make this happen, what better else to do it but easy access where the boot is at?
Yeah. And then I saw pretty early on they were carting away the metal skeleton. They had it all wrapped up like a mummy, but then it's kind of, I don't know, there's so many 9/11 parallels to this thing. Like how they were carrying away all the debris from the Pentagon under a wrap and you couldn't see what it was. They were carrying away it was an aerial shot because Texas is huge. This 50-foot
black box is missing.
Yeah, this carrying this wrapped up skeleton, carting it off to be destroyed. It was a crime scene, and they destroyed the evidence.
And talking about that crime scene, and going back to the emotional state, before I called you, on Channel 5 News, they were talking about tomorrow at Victory Center, the plaza here at AA
Park,
Center,
where Moses you were rap this morning.
Yeah, where we did our thing in the morning
on the news.
At 12 o'clock, Pastor T.D. Jakes is going to be there, and they're going to be doing a going home service for Big Tex.
Oh my gosh!
That goes back to telling you, if they went with the first original plan, not to catch him on fire, not to kill him, but just to replace him, that would have destroyed a lot of people if they just replaced him. But to kill him would be such a better idea because it'll help him pay for a new one. And it'll be easier to bring in the new one because people want him they want him there at the fair.
Man, Big Tex was literally burned at the stake today.
Yes. All we could do was watch and be helpless.
Oh my gosh, he was a silent martyr for corporations.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some recorded people talking about Big Tex. And they also asked, what do you want to see the new Big Tex like? Check it out.
I think Big Tex needs a girlfriend.
Hours of Big Tex.
Yeah.
Within hours of Big Tex burning, people were posing with a wreath that read, "Rip Big Tex."
We didn't plan on him not being here or dying.
Some people treated the event as if a real person died, even bringing flowers.
We just thought it was out of respect. We've been coming here since we were little kids. I've been coming here every single year.
The mayor of Dallas saw Big Tex burning from his office and showed up to see what was left.
It's an important symbol of Dallas, and so there are a lot of people that are emotional about it. I think we're going to have a better and bigger Big Tex next year and for the 21st century.
Since Big Tex is being brought back to life, we asked people what they want
like
the
a
new Big Tex to
talking
look
point.
like.
This thing, I want him to look like a Latino. I would like to see him come back as a younger Tex Jr., hipper, hotter.
Big Tex was hauled away to be rebuilt. They'll keep him in a secret location until he's repaired and ready to greet next year's crowds.
Secret location. Why would you keep him in a secret location?
Yeah.
It's almost like, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird too. Like that whole segment there, I listened to it and I recorded. It's like I gotta let Brandon know about this. Like I gotta do, because it's just crazy, you know. Again, these people showed up there like they lost somebody they love. Then they asked like, what do you like? Then also the mayor said, well, he knows for sure next year we'll have a bigger, better 21st century Big Tex. For sure, he knows that. And to me, that's just crazy. And then when they talk about the carton off and the way they wrapped them and they put them in a secure place, like I guess there's no need for anyone to do any kind of, you know, internal affairs type research on it.
I bet Trammell Crow got him or something. Like this dude Trammell Crow, like the Crow Museum of Asian Art. He has a collection of he calls like a bad boy garden. And it's like the actual, like, legitimate statues of, like, Lenin and Stalin and Mao Zedong that he has in his own, like, private collection. I bet he bought Big Tex. Well, then, like, Pete Friedman had an interesting idea. I think it was, I don't know, he's at least half serious, but saying, like, they should have local artists come up with a new Big Tex sculpture every year, and then just like add on every year. You see the previous years, and then the new one, and then just build and have like a statue garden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, but I don't know how serious Pete was about that. I doubt they'd go for that though.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, wow. Okay, so we're gonna monitor this, and then so Big Tex's wake is tomorrow morning at Victory Plaza.
Pastor TJ.
What time?
At noon at Victory Plaza.
Wow. I wonder how big the
the part, I don't know. It's probably gonna be closed casket. That's what I wanted to say. It's gonna be closed casket. Oh man.
They're gonna have like his highlights there on those big screens.
Yeah. Yes.
He stood.
I could.
He was the watchman. Maybe he's like the new. I always thought of the Colossus of Rhodes whenever I saw Big Tex. You know, like
nice.
One of the wonders of Texas.
Well, if he's gonna be bigger, that's gonna be crazy. Something bigger than bigger. He stood 52 feet in the air.
Wow, is that all?
Bigger. Yeah.
He seemed giant.
Yeah, he was just a little bit shorter than the giraffe with the zoo's giraffe.
Yeah, man. When
Yeah.
that thing burns, then we know we're in for bad times. When they got to replace the giraffe. When the Dallas Zoo, they don't get any ideas. Dallas Zoo.
Exactly. That's what I got on that.
Wow, man. Okay. Well, for all the listeners, we'll continue to monitor the situation, and we'll do another emergency broadcast if need be. But until then, you can get Stibs at DJ Stibs or myself at Ask Lionheart. So this is a wrap up of the Federal Podcast number 11.1, the addendum. Thanks.
Yes.